I had a request to talk about fear, which is prominent for a lot of us these times. Fear. It's a common emotion. It's a common energy that goes around, especially in times like these. So let's discuss a little bit about fear before we meditate. Fear can be broken down into two categories. Fear as it relates to immediate danger or injury, and fear as it relates to imagined or perceived danger or injury. So think about that for a moment. Imminent danger or personal injury can result in fear. Imagined injury or danger can result in fear. And they're both reactions. So for those of you who've been with us since the beginning here, I started this meditation series off talking about the three nons, which are the three biggest keys to spiritual enlightenment: non-reaction, non-judgment, and non-attachment. So some people think that non-reaction is a passive state where you're equivalent to a doormat and you're being walked on and taken advantage of. That's not the case at all. Think about how an advanced yogi, hey Christina, good morning. Think about how an advanced yogi would operate relating to imminent danger or injury. Would he or she take action? Of course. Would he or she take emotional action? Most certainly not. This advanced yogi would evaluate consciously the situation, take note, consider options, and practice ahimsa, non-harm to self and others, and take care of what needs to be taken care of. Now, in the face of imagined injury or danger, what would the advanced yogi do? Probably nothing, because it's imagined. Why would you do anything if nothing can be done? It sounds kind of like a conundrum. If there's a situation in the world that we can't actually do anything about, would we choose to stress and have fear and anxiety, or would we do what we can to help? Well, hopefully it's the latter. We do what we can to help, and if there's nothing that you can do to help, we send healing energy, we send kindness, we send compassion, we send as much good energy as possible. Being scared or allowing anxiety to enter into our energy field when there's nothing we can actually do to help a situation, it's not ahimsa. It's not taking care of ourselves. It's not being a steward to ourselves. So imminent danger, for example, if you put your hand near the stove, if the stove is on and you put your hand near the stove, there should be some fear of fire. There should be, because you're practicing self-care. You don't want to melt your skin off your face or your hand. So that's a logical reason to be concerned or to be scared. That doesn't result in suffering, that results in self-preservation. Now, if we're imagining catching a virus, or if we're imagining a financial collapse, or imagining our retirement account being drained, sure, that's a possibility. You can catch a virus. The stock market can crash. However, from where you're sitting right now, is there any imminent danger? Is there any imminent chance of bodily injury to you? Yes, of course, the stock market could crash. Yes, of course, a pathogen could float through the air and land on your eyeball or be breathed in by your mouth and you could get sick, of course. And if that happens, action should be taken, conscious action. But is it happening right now? Has it happened already? If it has, yes, we take action. If it hasn't happened, is fear really necessary? think about what fear actually does, the purpose that it serves. If fear is serving the purpose of self-preservation, so I've mentioned this before, you're in a dark alley, you see a shadowy figure behind you with a knife. Fear serves a purpose there. But if we're in your house and you're sitting comfortably and you're imagining the world collapsing outside, does fear serve a purpose for you in that moment? Yes, Nicole, radically accept. In theory, it's simple. In practice, it's challenging. Radical acceptance. Acceptance, that's what I was, yeah, okay, you guys are good. So my bud Eckhart Tolle has a little story that coincides with this. So he talks about the advanced yogic practitioner adopts an attitude of indifference to pleasure or pain. So it's not being robotic, it's not being cold-hearted. It's an indifference to pleasure or pain because pleasure and pain both can cause suffering. When you adopt an energy of neutrality, samavritti of your mental fluctuations, samana of energy, right? There's peace, there's bliss. So when you don't mind what happens, when you don't label or judge the outcome of a situation, there's tremendous peace that comes with that. The deeper interconnectedness of all things and events implies that the mental labels of good and bad are ultimately illusory. Good and bad are ultimately illusory. Nothing in life is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And thinking causes emotions. They always imply a limited perspective, and so are true only relatively and temporarily. This is illustrated in the story of a wise man who won an expensive car in a lottery. His family and friends were very happy for him and came to celebrate. "Isn't it great?" they said. "You're so lucky." The man said, "Maybe." For a few weeks he enjoyed driving the car. Then one day a drunken driver crashed into his new car at an intersection and he ended up in the hospital with multiple injuries. His family and friends came to see him and said, "That was really unfortunate." Again, the man smiled and said, "Maybe." While he was still in the hospital, one night there was a landslide and his house fell into the sea. Again, his friends came the next day and said, "Weren't you lucky not to be here and weren't you lucky to have been here in the hospital?" Again, he said, "Maybe." The wise man's maybe signifies a refusal to judge anything that happens. Instead of judging what is, he accepts it and so enters into conscious alignment with the higher order. He knows that often it is impossible for the mind to understand what place or purpose a seemingly random event has in the tapestry of the whole. But there are no random events, nor are there events or things that exist by and for themselves in isolation. Don't judge. We have no business judging situations. We can't possibly see all the energetic patterns that have played into any situation. That's why fear is really illusory. If it's relating to self-preservation as a result of immediate bodily injury or danger, yes, be concerned and take action. If your fear is relating to an imagined future event, ask yourself if fear is helping anything. Okay. So very practical here now, and I know this introduction is going a long time, so this video will be split up into two parts. Patanjali in the sutras says, how do we change negative thinking? Well, we cultivate the opposite. We cultivate positive thinking. So we have this concept of positive affirmations, and I have this nice little list here of positive affirmations that I recite to myself from time to time, and I'd like you to choose a positive affirmation for yourself today. So when we cultivate positive thinking, it counteracts negative thinking. How much more practical can you get than that? So I'd like you to choose a short positive affirmation. Here are some examples. I live an awesome life. I learn and grow wiser every day. I radiate compassion to all life during the holidays and always. That was one during Christmas that I wrote. I am an anchor of calmness and presence for my family. I provide for others frequently and unconditionally. I try new things every day. I laugh often every day. That's true, Christina. So choose a positive affirmation. As you're preparing for our meditation this morning, choose one. Solidify the verbiage. Let's please sit tall and prepare our bodies in our meditative asana. If you haven't heard of Bhastrika before, Bhastrika is Kapalabhati times 2. So Kapalabhati is the emphasis on exhale. Bhastrika is the smooth and consistent inhale and exhale equally, push and pull, push and pull. So instead of just, Bhastrika is, it's even exhale and inhale. So the rate by which you breathe is your choice, but it's even exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. It's almost like a saw, like one of those Paul Bunyan looking saws. I don't know what you call those things. Back and forth action. So that's what we're going to do, Bhastrika, except we're going to do it alternate nostril. So the first one will be the right nostril only, Bhastrika. Like I'll just demonstrate first. And then of course left. So I'll guide us through that. So hopefully you have your positive affirmation solidified. Let's sit tall. Relax the shoulders. Let's take a full inhale, please. And exhale. Close the eyes. Again, breathe in. And out. Now seal the lips. Take a couple of deep and complete breaths here. Okay, please bend the right elbow. Pinky finger and ring finger will close the left nostril, and we begin Bhastrika through the right nostril only. Please begin. Keep the crown of the head growing tall. Keep the spine straight. Continue Bhastrika through the right nostril only. Shoulders relax. Keep the jaw relaxed. Keep the face relaxed. Make the breathing as rhythmic as possible. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. The right side of your body relates to the sun, outward movement, and heightened energy. Begin to develop a sense of light, a sense of the sun, a sense of heightened energetic experience inside the body. Now, without stopping the rhythm, change sides. Close the right nostril with your thumb. Bhastrika through the left nostril. Feel the belly pumping in and out rhythmically and slowly. Keep your rhythm stable. If you're starting to feel a little bit stressed, slow it down. Ease it down a little bit. We want stability and evenness of breath, evenness of mind, evenness of temper. Keep the crown of the head reaching up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Don't let them scrunch up towards the ears. Please continue. About 10 more seconds. Switch sides again. Close the left nostril and slow down the breath. So stop the Bastrika and just breathe slowly and deeply through the right nostril only. Slow and deep inhales and exhales through the right nostril only. Complete breathing. So no more Bastrika. You're breathing through the right nostril only. I want you to envision the sun underneath the right nostril. And as you inhale through the right nostril, you're breathing in sunlight. Sense that you're inhaling streams of sun, of heat, of purifying energy through the right nostril. As this light and energy goes in the body, it soaks the brain, it soaks the spinal column, it enthuses the entire body with sunlight. Deep and slow breathing through the right nostril only. This is the masculine side of our body, our outward going. This is the yang to our yin. Optimizing that aspect, that nature inside of us. Continue breathing deeply and slowly through the right nostril only, closing the left nostril. Sunlight permeating the entire body. Now change sides, please. Close the right nostril, open the left nostril. Slow, deep breaths, 5 or 6 or 7-second inhales and exhales through the left nostril only now. Underneath the left nostril, see a full moon hovering just under the left nostril. As you inhale, you're breathing in silverish, etheric moonlight into the body. Streams of silver-like moon energy entering through the left nostril, purifying and cleansing and calming the feminine nature within all of us, the quiet side, the yin to our yang, the inward movement. Coolness, moonlight, breathe it in slowly, soaking and satiating the brain, the spinal cord, all the tissues of the body are being drenched in moonlight. Left nostril only, slow and deep breathing. If you can slow the breath down even more, please do so. 8, 9, or perhaps even 10-second inhale and exhale. Allow the moon to shine through the left nostril into the body, into the emotions, into the mind. Release the hand down to your knee. Both hands are either on the knees or in the lap. Breathe slowly and deeply through both nostrils now. Eyes are still closed, spine is tall. As you breathe through both nostrils, sense the light from the sun and the light from the moon coalescing and both crisscrossing as they enter the body, and they harmonize your entire being, balancing your lefts and rights, balancing your yins and your yangs, balancing masculine and feminine, balancing and then eliminating good and bad, up and down, right and wrong. See your body as a complete whole, wholeness, holistically complete and harmonized, optimized, balanced, counterbalanced. The essence of the yin-yang symbol is the body, is the mind, is your energy. Now with your breath, draw a golden egg around the body. Keep the eyes closed. Just use the power of your prana to draw, to create, to construct, to build a golden egg that encapsulates your physical body. At the center of this egg is your heart. And inside your heart is the positive affirmation that you set for yourself earlier. The exact same words. And just repeat your positive affirmation inside the heart. And feel the energy of it radiating out. The body is protected. The body is encased in golden light, the center of the egg being the center of your chest, the core of your being. If you choose to move into a mantra meditation from here, please do so. If you have a mantra that's been given to you, or just stay with your positive affirmation. Please begin to deepen the breath once again. We'll chant Om and then we'll chant the Gayatri Mantra. Feel free to join or just listen. The Gayatri Mantra is an acknowledgement of the entire universe and our place within the universe and the creator, the divinity, the intelligence behind the evolutionary impulse of the universe. Inhale. Om. swaha tatsaviturvaryanyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yona prachodayat. Om. And please come back at your pace. The way to counteract fear is to first see it as it is, acknowledge it, understand what role fear has in the current situation and if it's helpful or not. And then we cultivate the opposite of the negative and heavy and dark thoughts that are associated with fear. Cultivate the opposite by reciting your positive affirmations, by breathing deeply, by meditating, by spending time in nature, by curling the corners of your lips up towards your ears, by sharing that good energy with all those around you. If anybody would like a list of these affirmations that I have, send me a message, I'll email them to you. Big namaste. Love you all. See you tomorrow.